Hey guys, it's Marissa. So in today's video, it's actually my birthday, the day that I'm uploading this. So I'm turning 19 today and I just wanted to film like a special little makeup tutorial and also an Ulta haul that I got, and I'm just going to be using the products that I got today. So if you're interested to see how I did this look and what products that I bought, then just keep on watching. So before we get into the actual makeup, I'm wearing this right now, but if you want to see the actual tutorial of it, you can just click right here at this timestamp, or there should be like a timestamp mark on the actual video because that's like something new that YouTube made. So yeah, you can just like click to right here if you want to see the makeup tutorial. If not, and if you want to just see the actual products that I bought, then just keep on watching. So the first thing that I got was the Flake Away Scrub by Soap & Glory, and let me tell you that this exfoliating scrub is so nice. It smells really good. I don't really know how to explain the scent. It is very clean. It kind of smells a little bit lemony. Now I know a lot of people probably aren't a fan of lemon. Neither am I, to be honest, but I can smell like a very faint lemon scent. It just smells so good. I can't explain the scent of it, but it just smells amazing. And this actually works really good. This lasts me like about 3 or 4 months. I actually use this all the time and I just really like how this feels, and it does work super good. I use this whenever I take a shower and stuff, and even just using this as little as once or twice a week, you can really just feel a difference in your skin. It feels a lot more softer and there's less dead skin. And I'm pretty sure that this is a newer brand too. Like I think it just came out a couple years ago, and I do use a lot of their products frequently. Like there's a hand cream that I bought too, and I actually got like a little mini one because it was buy one get one half off at Ulta. And their mini hand cream too smells really super good. All of their products smell really clean, and this really helps just really moisturize my skin if it's super dry, and you know, I just need something to really hydrate everything. So there's even more stuff that I've used from them. I'm not even sponsored or anything. I just really love this brand. Their face wash works really good too, and I would definitely recommend looking into their products. I've never tried their face mask though, just because I'm kind of funny on trying face masks, but yeah, I really love a lot of their products. It was also the beauty steals that's going on right now at Ulta, and each day it's something different. Now I'm a platinum member at Ulta because that's how much money I've spent there, but platinum and diamond members get the Tarte Shape Tape for half off. So I got this for, normally it's 30 bucks, $27, and I got it for like 13 something. And I definitely will use this. I still am using one that I got from Christmas because I really try to just save these as much as possible, and I don't like using a lot of it because a lot of it goes a long way anyways, but now I can just kind of save up for in the future, and now I have a brand new one. This one's in the shade Fair Neutral, and I really do love how this works. Like how I said, a little goes a long way, and you can make it basically medium or full coverage. And I actually just use this almost as a foundation too. Like I just wear this on my face and then, you know, blush and bronzer, and basically I'm good to go. Like I don't need a foundation or anything. This works really super good. And because I purchased the Shape Tape from there, I got a free little gift, and it came with a mini beauty blender sponge. Now let me tell you, this is very small, but I think it's kind of just for right here if you want to get to like the inner corner of your eye and just for like concealer spots. But I'm just gonna save this for if I do someone's makeup or a crazy kind of look, because I am planning on doing like a Halloween series too of different makeup looks, and I want to get into like the face paint and stuff. So I probably will be saving this for that instead. And then it also came with the Stay Spray, and I did try this on in today's video and I did not like it. It smelled at first like rose water, but then the more you spritzed it on, it smells like kind of like a baby wipe. I don't know why, and it kind of foams a little bit if you're too close to the skin. Like if you do it from here, you're just it would get foamy, so you have to do it from a pretty good distance. I'm not really crazy about it. It does work, but it's not my favorite compared to Morphe. Same thing with the primer, I'm not very crazy about. I might have applied too much of it, and maybe that's why it feels kind of heavy on my skin. It does smell pretty good. It smells like cereal for some reason. I don't know why, and it's very super liquidy. I really like my primers to be a little bit more on the thicker side, so this isn't something that would be for me. But if you like a really thin, liquidy primer, then maybe this would be for you. I don't really see how this really helped my Shape Tape concealer either, because it does say base tape. If anything, I feel like it kind of just made it less coverage than normal. So yeah, this is definitely a no for me. Now this is my favorite lip gloss to use, and this is from Colourpop. Now this is their Ultra Glossy Lip, It's around $6 or $7. It's under 10 bucks. And it's in the shade Here's to You. It smells so good. It smells like coffee grounds. And I just really love how this looks like on the lips with or without a matte liquid lipstick. And I just really love this one. This is like my 4th or 5th one that I've bought, and honestly every single time I just really super love it. I wear it 24/7 like with any makeup look that I have, even if I'm not wearing makeup. I just love how it feels on my lips, and it just really helps hydrate and moisturize it too. I also got a little $2 e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, which is the Expert liquid eyeliner in the shade Jet Black. Now I use this in almost every single one of my makeup looks. Today I actually didn't because I just wanted to do a smoked out eyeshadow wing, but I do use this all the time, and this is definitely worth your money because it's only like $2, and it's a very effective and it's a very precise eyeliner brush too. So I definitely would recommend getting this. Now, every time I worked at Ulta, or if I went to Ulta, I would always just pass by this aisle just to purposely smell this lotion, and I finally got it today. I got like a little mini size just because I kind of have too many lotions to begin with, but it smells so good. It's the Body Shop Mango, and it's just body butter, and it just smells so good. Like, it reminds me of summer and stuff, and even though it's kind of heading to fall, I still really love this scent. It kind of smells a little bit like peach too. I just really love it, and it feels very like silky, like your skin just feels so soft afterwards. Now I don't know if they skimped me on this or if it's the way that it was shipped to me, but they literally gave me like half. I don't know what happened, but I'm not complaining because it smells really good. And then the final product is the Revolution Forever Flawless Ice Eyeshadow Palette. Now this was a really pretty palette. I really like how the brighter and lighter shades swatched on me, like especially with the Tarte Shape Tape, but without any of that, even with the darker shades. It's very patchy, it's kind of powdery the way it was on me, but I will be swatching everything on my hands in like a separate clip. It's not something I would invest my money in, but I did get this for free because I had a $10 off $40 or more coupon that they sent to me for anyone who was platinum or diamond. So I basically got this for free with my purchase, so that's why I got it anyways. But would I buy this again when I run out? Probably not. But I really do like how this turned out. But with this palette, with the different shades and stuff, I feel like every single eyeshadow palette should have a black shade in there. That's my main criticism when it comes to the shades in here, that there should be like one black eyeshadow in here. Maybe replace this one with a black eyeshadow, but just because I think that really just helps transform your overall makeup look to be more dramatic. But that's basically all the different makeup products that I bought from Ulta for today's video and for today's birthday look. So if you're interested to see the actual makeup look and how I did it, then just keep on watching. So I'm first going to be taking that Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, which is in the shade Fair Neutral or 12N, and I'm just going to be applying it to my eyelids. So I'm first just going to be taking like the little wand right here and just dabbing it on my eyelid and then just blending it out using my finger. And then this way it just creates like a really nice base for the eyeshadow. So I already did kind of open the packaging of this Revolution Forever Flawless Ice palette already just to see the colors because I love blue, and I'm wearing like a little blue sweatshirt right now. It kind of matches the palette actually, so that's kind of cool how it matches that. But I really love like any of the colors blue, and my birthstone is like a sapphire blue color too, so this would go really good with what I want to do with my look. And I've actually never had a Revolution eyeshadow palette before. I've only had like their highlighters and stuff like that, so this is going to be my first time trying out their formula. I'm pretty sure that they're very affordable. This palette was actually $15, but I got it for $10, and they're just like a super affordable brand, and it's kind of like the retail store side of like what Ulta has. It's not like really high-end or anything, but they still have pretty good quality stuff from what I've heard. Some of it's hit or miss, but I've never heard any reviews on the Ice palette before, and I just really do love these colors. It kind of reminds me of the Blue Blood palette by Jeffree Star, just by some of the different shades and stuff here. So I don't have that palette, but I do have this one. So we are going to just be trying out the formulas and everything like how I said, and I'm going to try most of the blue shades There are a few neutral colors too, but I'm going to be having a separate clip too of all the different shades and how they swatch on my skin just to see if any of them are patchy. So I'm just going to be showing my thoughts in this next clip of all the different shadows when they swatch on my hand. So the first row I'm swatching is Glass, H2O, Immerse, Icicle, Drench, and Break. And surprisingly, like the natural and nude shades are really super pretty. The ones that had the best quality were like the shimmery shades. The matte ones were a little bit kind of on the chalkier side. So the second row is Cool, Melt, Frostbite, Arctic, Freeze, and Glacier. And then the third row is Climate, Iceberg, Crystal, Icy, Titanic, and Ocean. And I noticed that Iceberg and H2O look very different in the pan, but on my skin they actually swatched almost the exact same. So that's why I kind of went back and forth making sure I didn't swatch the same shade. But I really love how Immerse looks. It's that really pretty nude color. It almost blends into my skin perfectly. But yeah, that's how most of them are. The matte shades are on the chalkier side, like how I said. And this is definitely not a waterproof or long-lasting eyeshadow. You can pretty much blend it out really easily with your hand. I was also able to remove all of these shadows off camera with mostly water. Some of them didn't remove with water, but most of them did. Like 3 of them probably didn't, but yeah. So now for the actual eyeshadow that I'm going to be using for today, I think I want to first start out with the shade Freeze. And I'm probably going to blend a little bit of Frostbite into there too, just because it's a really pretty nude color, and that's almost my skin tone because of how pale I am. But I'm first going to be taking the shade Freeze, and I'm just going to try to tuck my hair behind my ears. This is actually probably one of the last videos you'll be seeing of me wearing my extensions, because I kind of just want to take a little break for now. I don't want to wear them for a long period of time because it can damage your hair. So this is probably one of the last videos you will be seeing of me with my extensions in, but my hair is actually grown down to here, so it's not really that short anymore from people who have watched me from a year ago. But I just wanted to let you guys know if you do see like a drastic change in a future video where it looks like my hair, you know, kind of got shorter by 4 inches, that's why. But I'm first dipping into that shade Freeze, and I'm using the Morphe M321 brush and just applying it to my crease. And wow, this is actually very pigmented. I was not expecting it to be this pigmented. I was kind of thinking it would be a little bit powdery, because it does seem to be pretty powdery when you get it out of the pan and just pick it up. You definitely don't need a lot of product with this, because I literally only took 2 little taps, and this is as much how bright it actually looks. Now the more I blend it out, it does lose how bright it looks. Like, it does lose its pigment a little bit, which isn't too bad, but you definitely don't need to use a lot of the product in order to see a result. I'm just going to do that to the other eye too, and you can really just see how much pigment is on here, and this is again with just 2 taps. Now I really want this to just blend really nicely, so I'm going to be taking the Morphe M574 brush, and I'm just going to be taking that Frostbite shade, and this is with just like 2 little taps also, and I'm just going to be taking that and just kind of blending it into my normal skin color so you don't see any harsh lines or anything, and just really buffing and blending out that line. And that's like almost, it basically is my exact same shade of my skin tone, so this is blending really good. I could almost use this as a setting powder, to be honest, because it's literally my skin tone. I'm going to go back in with the shade Freeze, and I'm just going to bring back a little bit more of that pigment and just try to brighten it up a little bit. You can definitely see a difference from when I add another layer. This is with another layer of the eyeshadow, and this is without one. Okay, so I do want to eventually darken this a little bit, but for now I'm going to be probably taking the shade Iceberg, and it's honestly like my sapphire birthstone color, so I'm going to be taking that. It's really super pretty. Hopefully it's just as bright as it looks in the palette, because so far all of these shades, sometimes whenever you see it in the palette and then you put it on your eyelid, it kind of just, I don't want to say oxidizes, but it looks a different color. Now this one I do have to dip a little bit more, but you can definitely add on the colors and you can deepen it and make it more brighter if you want to, which I really like. Then I'm going to take that shade Freeze again one more time just to really make sure I'm not losing any of that bright pigment. Then I'm going to go back in, and I'm just going to be taking any of that excess powder that is on here with the M574 brush and just kind of really blending in all of those colors that I placed on here. So I want to take the shade Glacier, and it's this really pretty icy silver shade, if you guys can see it. And I just really love how this looks, and I can just swatch it on my hand here too. It's very sparkly. I do want to use a little bit of like a glitter primer for this because it does seem to just kind of fade pretty easily, but I still really like it, and I think I want to use a little bit of the shade Cool too, which is like this really pretty shimmery white shade. This would be a perfect highlight shade too. So this is pretty powdery eyeshadow, but you definitely can get a lot of use out of this in my opinion. So far I do really like it. It's not something that I'd probably go out to buy like right away if I have a different palette with these colors in it, like the James Charles palette, but since I did get this for free, this is pretty nice and I do really like this. So if you are wanting something cheap or like a cheap dupe of the Jeffree Star palette, then you're definitely not going to get like the same quality or like the same type of formula, but if you're wanting like similar colors to it, then so far this is definitely something that you should buy for yourself. So using that NYX Glitter Primer and a e.l.f. concealer brush, I'm just gonna really just take my time with this part to create the cut crease, and you're not gonna notice it right away until you start placing the eyeshadow, but I just think that this is the most effective way of doing it. And I will just place it on my eyelid and then pat it down using my finger just so it stays very tacky for the eyeshadow to be placed on there. And I'm just gonna do it one eye at a time and just, like how I said, really take my time with this, and then once it is ready, I'm just gonna place the eyeshadow right on top of it using my finger, a concealer brush, or an e.l.f. precision brush. And I'm not gonna put all of this throughout my whole crease. I just want it to be a half cut crease, and then I'm gonna make it kind of like a smoked out wing right here. So I'm just doing a half cut crease. You can do a full cut crease if you want to, but for me, I'm just gonna do half of it. So I'm first gonna be taking an e.l.f. precision brush and taking the shade Cool and just kind of lightly setting it on here. And this is super pigmented with that glitter primer, and it just really helps it stick on there, and it's gonna last a lot longer too throughout the day. Now to really emphasize this and make it pop even more, I'm gonna be taking that shade Glacier, and it's almost like a putty eyeshadow. Not really, but it kind of acts as one, just very lightly. It's just a very thick eyeshadow, and I'm just gonna really focus on making that edge very sharp and clean. And then I'm just gonna take my finger. For shimmery shades like this, it's best to apply with your finger so you can really see as much of the pigment as possible. And I'm really liking how that cut crease looks so far, so I'm just going to be doing the same exact steps to this other eye. So I'm really loving how this is looking so far, and now I'm going to be taking the shade Arctic, and it's this really pretty navy blue color. And I'm just going to be using the same Morphe M321 brush and just applying it to the outer corners of my eye. Now, as much as I really want to love this eyeshadow, it is starting to get a little bit patchy in some parts of my eye. Not too sure why. I think it has to do with the NYX Glitter Primer, so I would be careful of that. But it doesn't seem to be as pigmented as I'd like it to be for the darker colors. The brighter colors, however, are pretty nice and easy to work with, but the darker ones, you definitely have to add a ton more eyeshadow in order for it to get the color that you want or how it looks in the pan. So the brighter ones so far seem to work pretty well and look how they do on the skin as they do in the pan, but the darker ones, you do have to kind of work for it a little bit more. I'm just going to take a little bit of that e.l.f. precision brush and try to blend out that whatever it is makes it look so rough, because we really want this to look smooth. I'm not too happy with how that looks, so I'm actually going to be taking some shades from the James Charles palette, because I do want to go out to wear this eyeshadow, and I really do like how it's looking so far, but those dark colors are just not working for me. So I'm going to be taking the dark navy blue shade from the James Charles palette and a little bit of the black shade too, and I'm just going to try to create like a smoked out eyeliner wing, but it's going to be really messy at first, trust me, but afterwards when we clean it up using a makeup remover wipe, that's what's going to make it a lot more nicer. And then I'm just going to be taking the Morphe M574 brush and just really making sure that there's no harsh lines that I created with that black eyeshadow. Okay, I know I look really crazy right now. I kind of look like a drag queen, but hold on. This does look a lot nicer once you add the makeup remover wipes. And the makeup remover wipes that I'm using is by Clinique. And I'm just going to be really cleaning up everything and just sharpening the outer corners of my eye too, like as if it's a smoked out eyeliner. And I just find this to be the most easiest and most effective way too. And if you don't have as much fallout as I do, you can always clean it up with concealer, but I just find this to be a lot nicer. And whenever I've tried cleaning it up with concealer, it always seems to just look really cakey for me. So I just like doing it this way. And I did get this little free gift too. So it is a hydrating primer and there's a setting spray too. I'm going to try that for today's video, and it's this free gift once you buy the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer. And it does come with a cute little, I guess it's like a concealer beauty blender, but I'm not going to use that for today just because I would like to use this and save it for something when I absolutely need it, like maybe doing someone else's makeup or something. Here's the primer. It's 7 milliliters, and that's actually not too bad because my lip glosses that I sell are 10 milliliters. So this is a pretty nice size bottle. I've never used their primer or setting spray before. It kind of looks like lash glue, like, oh, but it kind of smells like something, but oh wow, that's liquidy. The heck? This smells like marshmallow cereal. Like, it smells good, but it smells like food. I don't know how I feel about this. It's very liquidy. I usually like my primers to be a little bit more, I don't want to say putty, but thicker. My skin feels kind of wet, and it's like, I don't know if it will set right, but it's called base tape, so I think you just put this on before the Shape Tape. So I do feel it is starting to feel a little bit tacky. I don't normally wear primer every single day just because, I don't know, I just don't really expect my makeup to last that long because I don't head out that often because of everything going on. I just work from home and, you know, just do my business from home, so no one's really seeing me. So, but as I'm like talking to you guys and letting this dry, it does feel like, I don't know how to explain it. It feels tacky, but it's not. And I can definitely feel something on my face. Like, it does not feel lightweight at all. So I don't know if I just applied too much or what. Hopefully when I blend this out, maybe it will go away, that feeling. But it definitely feels like there's something like all over my face, which I don't really like. I like very lightweight stuff. So I'm just going to be applying this to the spots on my face that I normally do, and then I'm just going to blend everything out using the Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. And honestly, applying this Tarte Shape Tape Concealer over this primer, it looks exactly the same to me. Like, if anything, I feel like maybe it did lose a little bit of coverage. Like, I usually get better coverage than this, and I actually applied more than what I normally do. So this primer I'm not too crazy about, and I can feel it on my face. Like, it's definitely not lightweight like how I said, and I'm just not that crazy about it. I don't know how expensive the full size one is. Maybe I'll just put it right here. But yeah, I'm not really crazy about this primer. It kind of ruined the way that this concealer looks. It still looks nice, but it definitely took away some of the coverage, which I'm kind of surprised. Like I said, maybe I applied too much of the primer, but I don't want a lot of full coverage anyway, but I just think that's a little bit weird for a primer to do. It does smell good though. It smells like how I said, marshmallow cereal, and I don't know why. So now I'm going to be setting my face using the Airspun Loose Face Powder, and this is in the shade Naturally Neutral. And I'm just going to basically set this all over my face and just kind of bake the areas where I place the most concealer at. Now, I usually fill in my brows using eyeshadow, and there's not really any dark brown shades in that Revolution palette, so I'm just going to be taking the James Charles palette as always, and in the shades Tea and Benny, I'm just going to be filling in my eyebrows using an e.l.f. angled brush. Now that I'm done filling that in, I'm just going to be Going back to the Revolution Ice palette and taking the shades Freeze. I'm going to be taking that shade Freeze and Crystal, and now that I'm looking at these do look a lot alike. This one's more on the greenish side, so I'm just going to be taking two of these shades and just kind of blending them together and adding it to my lower lash line. For my inner corner and brow bone highlight, I'm going to be using the shade Cool and just applying that using an e.l.f. precision brush. And this is really pretty. I really like this shade. So basically the eyes are almost finished. I just need to add like the finishing touches with my lashes and stuff, but I'm going to be using the Butter Bronzer in the shade 6676. And using an Ulta blush brush, I'm just going to be applying that as like contour areas and just heavily applying it and then setting everything into my skin using a setting spray and then a Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. As I always do, I just really think that helps blend everything nicely into the skin. And then for blush, I'm just going to be using the Tarte blush, which is in the shade Peaceful. Now using a CoverGirl concealer stick in the shade Neutralizer, I'm just going to cover up basically this spot right here where I'm kind of breaking out a little bit. Now for my lashes, I'm going to be using the Ulta Beauty Maximum Lashes Mascara in the shade Jet Black, and then I'm going to be using the Clinique Mascara in the shade Black. And I'm just going to be applying that to my upper and lower lashes. Now I forgot to use the setting spray that Tarte gave me, but I'm just going to use this anyways before I apply the highlight so then it's even more bold. And I'm kind of scared to try this, to be honest, because I don't know if the nozzle is going to be... Ooh, it kind of smells like rose water. I don't know if it's going to be harsh. Whoa. It smells like rose water, but it like sprays on foamy. Like it's foamy. Wait. Oh. Whoa, that's thick. Okay, I'm not crazy about it. Ugh. Some of it gets on your lips and I feel like you can taste it, and the more you spray it, it smells like a baby wipe. Like it, I don't know. None of the free gifts that it came with, honestly, from Tarte is something that I'm super crazy about. But they do work. Like, the primer did work, I guess, because it does feel a little bit better now on my face once I set it and everything, but it definitely, my face, I can definitely tell that there's stuff on my face, like makeup and stuff, but usually without that primer, I don't really feel anything on my face. Like, I don't feel like I'm wearing concealer or anything, so that's the only thing that I don't really like about it. But I'm going to be taking that shade Cool and using a Morphe M330 brush. I'm just going to be applying that to the highest points of my face, and this is a very pretty highlighter. I really like this shade. And then if some of those parts on my face look a little bit too bright or I applied too much, I'm just going to blend that in using that Real Techniques Beauty Complexion Sponge. I really like how that looks. That's super pretty. So now I'm going to be using that Colourpop Ultra Glossy Lip that I got, and I love this lip gloss so much. It smells so good. It's in the shade Here's to You, and it's just this really pretty nudish pink color, but it's very sparkly, and I don't know why, but it smells like kind of like coffee grounds, just a little bit at the slightest. Like, it just smells so good, and it's so pretty. Like, it's just so sparkly, and I love to use this as a lip topper or sometimes on its own. It just smells so good, I want to eat it. But it's just very pretty. And my lips are a little bit dry, but this actually helps moisturize it too. And it does leave a little bit of a tint to the lips. I really like how that looks. It's not too much, but it's still something noticeable where you can tell you're wearing glittery lip gloss. and it's very subtle too at the same time, so I do really like that and how it looks. I've gone through like 4 of these too, by the way. Like, I use these all the time. This is literally my favorite lip gloss. It's super affordable too. It's like, I think I want to say $6, $6 or $7. It's less than 10 bucks, so I really like this. So this is the completed look. I definitely want to do something either exactly like this or similar for my actual birthday, because I'm recording this ahead of time for my birthday, and I do want to do some sort of like blue look. I just really like how that looks. It's just really super cute and pretty. I probably will have like a birthday vlog or what I got for my birthday sometime next week that I'll be filming and just uploading for you guys. If you're interested to see more videos from me, I upload on Sundays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and sometimes on Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time too. And I'll just see you guys next time. Bye!